Hi, it's Steffi. I haven't posted in a month, but I thought I would get on and talk for a minute because it's just been a while, and I really wanted this to be a place where I posted at least a few times a week, but it's just been so crazy. We've been working on our kitchen. It's like half done, but we're getting there. We're getting there, and it should be done in the next couple weeks, which will be nice. There'll be one big part. Our original sink base from 1924 is still in the room, and that might be a few months before, or a month or two, till we get that done, because we got to find a place that will make us a custom one that will match what we have. So we're hoping where we bought the cupboards, which are ones that you buy already made, that they can make us one, because they do custom as well. So that's been going on. I've been working on my other channel and just trying to figure out what I want to do. And you know, it gets down to the point where you say, what am I supposed to do? You know, have you ever had something you really wanted to do and you pray on it and you ask God for guidance and you do your best to do well, and then it just keeps getting worse? And I'm kind of at that place. The more videos I put up on that channel, the lower my watch time goes. Literally every day my watch time drops. I'm supposed to have 4,000 watch hours for the year to keep my monetization, and I was at 44 or 45, and then I kept going down, down, down. So I'm really at a crossroads right now. I'm not going to give up the channel. I'll still post. But right now I really want to concentrate on my health and my husband's health. We were on keto a month ago when I talked to you, and then we kind of fell off, but we've been back on now for over a week, about 8 or 9 days. And it's amazing how much better I feel. Amazing how much better I feel. I feel like I went from a cripple. I would literally stand up from sitting on the sofa or sitting in my desk chair and hobble for the first few steps and gradually be able to walk until I could walk normally to the bathroom or the kitchen or wherever I was going. Now I can just get up and walk, and I'm not stiff. I don't have to hobble at all. I can just get up and walk. I feel like my joints are getting looser. Keto is how we have to eat permanently. And I was really lucky that one of my closest friends from high school, she was my maid of honor, came out to visit, and she's on keto. And when I knew she was on keto and she was coming out, I made sure there was stuff in the house, and then it made me think, you know, maybe I should get back on it. So I did. The day she came in, she flew in that night, I was keto all day, and I ate a keto dinner that night. And I've been on keto. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Today's day 9. Day 9 for me. David's like a day or two behind me. It took him a day or two to get on board, but he's there now. So we've got to get this weight off, and this is not something we can go on and off of anymore. We both feel better off the grain. Grains make our bodies hurt. They give my husband heartburn, really bad heartburn. One time we thought he was having a heart attack. It was just heartburn. The doctor told him that the heartburn, if it's severe, can mimic a heart attack. This is from the doctor. Oh gosh, 20 some years ago, because it was before he had the job he has now, and he's been there 19 years. And we've been fighting this for we've been fighting low carb for years. Food is addictive, and anybody that says it's not, sorry, I see a car go by and it catches my attention. People think food isn't addictive, but I think a lot of people will admit that it is addictive. Very addictive. And wheat and sugar are extremely addictive. In fact, I went through what's called the keto flu for a few days, and I think I'm looking at my channel. I think that was one of my last videos I talked about. Let me see. Yeah, gluten makes me hurt and withdrawal. Yeah. So, I'm not hurting as bad. In fact, I'm hardly hurting. I was having to take 4 ibuprofen twice a day. Now, I barely need it at night, and I have a feeling in the next week, I won't need it at all anymore. That's how much better I feel. I still have a little eczema. I forgot which side. I think is it this side? Yeah, and that might be from dairy, so I might be on a keto diet with I can eat cheese, but it seems to me if I eat milk, cream cheese, sour cream, that kind of stuff, cheese itself doesn't seem to bother me, but right now I'm just doing one thing at a time, because I've heard that for stuff like this, it can take a few weeks for it to disappear, and it has gotten a little better. It's not dry like it was. It's still red, but it's not as dry and bad looking. So it might just be taking time for my body to get that out. But in the meantime, I'm going to watch the milk intake, because I was making smoothies with milk, and I'm going to stay away from that. But anyway, so I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do. See, I was always a writer. I wrote my whole life. I was writing poetry, short stories. I write grocery lists. I'm always writing stuff. And I know it's because I love to write, but I haven't been writing. I think sometimes these phones are the worst thing that happened to us, because, and I've heard a lot of other YouTube channels talk about this, and I've heard other people talk to me about this, that once you get these phones, it's like they take over. You get on here and you look at Google. You get on here, and some people it's Pinterest or Instagram, YouTube. I get on those, okay, Pinterest very rarely. Instagram, a little less rare. Facebook, I'll check in once a day usually, or sometimes more, but I can go a day or two without getting off onto Facebook. I just share fun things. I try to keep it positive, but I really don't post many things that are about my life. I just don't. I only have friends allowed on my Facebook. I don't have, my Facebook is not one of those that anybody can look at it. You have to be someone I allow in, and that's just what I've always done. I just don't like to welcome people in, because I have my grandkids on there, my kids on there, and I don't want too many people accessible. Though I have met people through some websites and stuff, and they are my friends on Facebook now, and I love them, and I love interacting with them, but I don't allow just anybody to see my posts. It's only friends. I do have a TikTok. I do a little bit. I have, of course, my resale business, which that's the other thing too. I thought, you know, all the time I'm spending making these videos for my other channel, I could be reselling. And then the other thing is, if I'm going to be perfectly honest, many of the tutorials I do, not all of them, but many of them, I don't want to do them. I'm not enjoying it. It's just torturous to me, because I have a bad eye, and trying to, you know, see something around the camera, over, under the, keeping it under the camera, I end up pulling it out of frame because I can't see it. It's a little better since my friend Lori at Happy Birds Glitter Nest told me to put the camera in front of me on a shorter tripod than I'm using here. And that worked like a charm. So it makes it a lot more enjoyable and a lot more in frame. So what I decided to do is do less videos, but do better projects. In other words, instead of doing lots of little projects, do like longer, better projects, like maybe some wire wrapping, some steampunk, maybe even some stuff, because I do have, when I was watching Lori's channel at the beginning, when I first started following her, I started 4 or 5 years ago, 5 years ago. I was buying all the glitter and the glue and all this. I still have it all, and I like to play with some of that stuff. Of course, I don't want to copy any of her beautiful projects. Oh my gosh, if you've never been to Happy Birds Glitter Nest, you got to check it out. But I want to start, I got all this stuff, I want to start using it. There's several things I've always wanted to make, and I bought to make on my channel that are not jewelry. They're other things, and some of them are jewelry but not traditional. I used to do polymer clay. I used to make my own paper out of unusual things. Those are the kind of things I want to start doing on my channel. Have fun and play and record those. And that's what I think I'm going to do, because you know, at the end of the day, if you're not having fun, and somebody just told me this, if you're not having fun, if you're not enjoying yourself, what is the point? Why am I trying just to put all this content out? Because obviously if I'm not having fun, nobody's going to want to watch it. But this channel was supposed to be where I could get on and talk and, you know, maybe start conversations with people, because that's what I like, is to meet people. And we're up to 60 subscribers. I'm very excited. I didn't expect that. But I like the community of YouTube. I love being part of YouTube. It makes me happy to make videos, but the creating videos the ones I've been doing haven't been real fun, and I'm tired of doing jewelry hauls. Now I do have a bunch of crafting supplies. I've just found the bag. I had bought a whole big bag of yarn at not Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby, when they marked it down to $1.24 a skein. Bought a huge bag of it, and my granddaughter was over yesterday. She goes, "Oh, I need to get a Joann's coupon because I want to go buy some yarn." I said, "Well, what colors do you need?" She goes, "Do you have yarn?" I said, "Oh, I have yarn." And I pulled out that bag with, I don't even know how many skeins of yarn I bought. Plus, I have a drawer full of yarn. File cabinet drawer, extra wide, professional, business width, and deep, deep, deep. So we found all her yarn. Well, I found this bag in there. I'm like, "What is that?" And I open it up. It's full of all the goodies I bought. I was shocked. So I might do a little video on the other channel showing that. Just a little, it'd be like a 10-minute video at best. But, you know, I just want to get creative again. I want to have fun. I want to play. I've got this beautiful room full of goodies. I mean, crafting stuff, beading stuff, jewelry of all kinds. I got textiles. I've got everything in this room. And some stuff out in my barn. I've got a ton of, we bought me a building to use for my resale business. But first we got to go through all of our other buildings, and right now that's our holding for our yard sale. As we go through everything else and our kids go through their stuff, we're putting all our yard sale stuff in that building. And so maybe in a year we'll be able to make it our resale room, and I can move it out of the house. But I got tons of fabric. And I want to make some, I was watching this woman, and she's a renowned quilter, and she has started making her quilts by hand. She doesn't sew them with a machine anymore. She takes them with her wherever she goes because they're just small, because she's sewing a square on at a time by hand, decorating it with beads and sequins and embroidery floss. I fell in love with her projects, and I said, that's one thing I've got to do. So I've bought a few squares of fabric. I think I bought some, I think they're 5 or 6 inch squares, and I've also bought some little 2.5 inch squares. And I've got a rolling cutter, and I've got a cutting board, and I've got tons of fabric I can cut into whatever square sizes I want. I've also bought a bunch of sari, is that how you pronounce it? You know, the beautiful Indian garments from India. Scraps. They're like little pieces, anywhere from this big to really big. Most of them are about this big to this big, that are embroidered and have beads or sequins, bright colors. They're beautiful. I could use little bits of those on my thing. So I'm really excited to try that. I just want to be creative. I'm tired of not being creative anymore, because creativity is so important. And I noticed that I wasn't watching my friends that create. I had a friend, Carol, that had a channel. She has a channel, and I haven't watched her in way too long. She was off for like a year, but I haven't watched her in a while. I haven't watched Lori's channel in a while. And I think it's because I couldn't handle seeing other people being creative when I wasn't being creative, because I was making jewelry. But you know, when you make simple jewelry like this, it's not that creative. You know what I'm saying? You're just making stuff. So I want to be creative. I want to make fun and pretty and creative things. I want to use clay. I want to use cloth. I want to use paper, glitter, all of the stuff, you know, all the things, and just have fun. So right now I want to concentrate on my diet. I want to get this weight off, because I was way down, and I put back on, oh my gosh, it was quite a bit of weight. I'm trying to close my mini blinds while we talk. I put a lot of weight back on. I think I put on like 26 pounds from April 1st to not long ago. I'm going down again, and my goal is to, you know, by the end of the year, get back down to where I was, you know, then start the new year maybe at a new low. It's been a long time since I was really low. So I just want to get the weight off. I want to be comfortable in my body. I want to feel good. I want to enjoy my life better, and I already feel better. And I know as I continue to lose the weight, not only is the diet making me feel better, my limbs, I feel more limber. I don't feel stiff anymore. It's like When I'm walking, I can't explain the feeling, like my joints are lubricated and they weren't. I just feel like I'm moving easier. Imagine when the weight's off, how much better I'll feel too. So I just want to concentrate on my home. Finishing our kitchen is a lot of painting I have to do. I want to concentrate on keeping us on our plan and being a little creative in that. I want to work on creating fun and beautiful things, whether I record them or not. Some I might not. I just want to be creative. I'd love to make some Christmas things, to give away. Maybe not for a gift, but I'd love to give my kids a handmade ornament. My husband has a whole stained glass studio next door to my studio. I'd like to get in there and make some glass ornaments and make some jewelry. And we were starting to work on that. And he told me, well, let's get the kitchen finished and we could probably do one a week. Well, that would be a lot of fun, and I can add beads. He can solder wire on for me to hook beads on. I can wire wrap. I can do so many fun things with this medium. So I'd like to get one of those little tiny ovens that you can slump bits of glass in, so you can make tiny slumped glass pieces. So you can combine pieces of glass to make little things. That's a dream. Maybe in the next year I can pull that off. But the point is, I got to make some changes. I really have to make some changes. And I've got to stop pushing so hard for something that just, it's pushing back. Because Lori was telling me, pray and God will guide you. Well, I've been praying, and every time I pray hard and keep working, my channel goes down more. So at some point, when is God telling you, no, that's not what you're supposed to be spending your time on? If you're asking God for guidance, sometimes it's no, that's not the right thing. We need to do this or this. So maybe I can figure out what I am supposed to do, But I do believe we all come here with certain gifts and things we're supposed to do. And if you can draw and you can write, which I can do both, and I'm wasting those gifts to make jewelry on YouTube, maybe that's something I need to look into, is work on my art again, work on drawing and writing and using the gifts that I did not develop as much as I could have, because kids came along and I stopped writing, I stopped drawing, and I look at what I did back in high school and think, where would I be now if I'd never given it up? But I'm only 62. I feel I could have a lot of years ahead of me. So it's not too late now. I think you have a thing up here. It says, you are never too old to set another goal or dream a new dream. And it's a bunch of old men walking in a row. And I agree with that. You're never too old. What was it? Grandma Moses didn't start painting till she was way older than me. I think she was in her 70s, maybe even 80s. So it's never too late to dream new dreams and set new goals. And so that's what I want to do. There's a lot my husband and I want to do. And I want to start working toward those goals and really, see what we can pull off and what we can do and what kind of things we can set in place to do in our retirement that might bring in a little money but are also fun. And so I guess that's the path I'm on. I won't go anywhere on either channel, but I'm just going to not fight so hard just to get content up. I'm going to be pickier about my content, and I'm going to come here more often and talk. I also want to do my TikTok more often because I really thoroughly enjoy it. I just show things, and I do a little talk. I don't dance or sing or anything crazy like that. I'm not one of those TikTokers. At least not now. Maybe someday I'll feel goofy. Right now with my weight, I'm a little self-confident, conscious. I think a lot of overweight people can relate to that. But maybe one day I'll feel like being goofy on TikTok. We shall see. But that's where I'm at right now. I'm at 20 minutes just about, so I'm going to let you go. But I just wanted to stop in and say hi. It's been a month, and just kind of tell you where my head's at, which is kind of all over the place. But I do have some goals and things I want to do, and I will talk more often about it. I'd love to hear what people are saying. I'm 62, if you're in my age group, what do you do? Do you have goals? Do you set new goals? How do you decide when it's time to let one dream go for maybe another one? Or it's time to amend that dream and change it? That's the hardest thing, because you tell yourself, well, I got to keep trying. You know, I can't give up. Just because things are tough, I can't give up. I just got to fight harder. But the harder you fight, if it's getting worse and worse, at some point you're like, okay, am I fighting for something I'm not supposed to be doing? Maybe so. I don't know. But that's why I won't walk away. But I'm just going to start changing things. And I'll talk about it on that channel eventually. But right now I'm still kind of figuring out what I even want to say. But I will be doing videos. I got one coming out tomorrow. Well, I'm recording this on Wednesday. That video is dropping Thursday. This video will probably drop on Thursday as well. So it'll be coming out the same day this comes out. But anyway, I thank you for stopping by. And I would love to hear what you have to say about creativity and setting goals and pursuing goals and changing goals and all of that. And I'll be back again soon. I'm going to try to make it at least every few days to a week where I talk, and I'll keep you updated on my diet and how well I'm doing. Hopefully you'll be able to see changes in me. I can't wait till because when I was down that other, what would be 23 pounds from now. So wait, how much did I put on? Let's see. I'd put on 26. Wait a minute. I don't know. I've only got to lose. Well, I've lost about half of what I gained. I've only got about 13 pounds to go to be where I was. So I've lost about half of it, or a little under half. I had to think there. I had to get my math skills out. So, but I'll be back soon, and thank you so much for listening to me ramble. If nobody watches this, it's fine. This is more for me to talk and kind of talk out my feelings. And if it helps anybody or amuses anybody or interests anybody, that's just gravy, right? Well, I can't have gravy because I'm on low carb, but you know what I mean. So I'll be back soon, and thank you so much if you've watched this whole video. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, and please like it if you can. And if you're not a subscriber, I would love it if you'd subscribe. That would help my channel. And thank you so much. Bye.